Welcome to the Blanco Wellness Podcast. Thank you for being here. Take a breath, settle in, and let's talk today about one of the most ancient and most overlooked principles of nourishment, and why reconnecting with it tends to change the way food feels entirely. For most of human history, seasonal eating was not a wellness philosophy. It was simply reality. You ate what the land around you produced, in the season it produced it, because nothing else was available. Winter meant root vegetables and stored grains. Spring meant the first greens emerging from the warming earth. Summer meant abundance, fruit, vegetables, everything ripening at once. Autumn meant harvest, preparation, the preserving of what would sustain the colder months ahead. The body adapted continuously to this changing input, and because the adaptation aligned with what the natural world was simultaneously doing, there was a coherence between the inner and outer environments that modern eating has largely dissolved. Today, a person in the middle of January can eat a mango. This is not without value. Access to diverse nutrition throughout the year has genuine benefits, but something has also been lost, and Ayurveda is perhaps the most articulate of the ancient traditions in naming what it is. The premise is straightforward. We are not separate from nature. We are an expression of the same natural intelligence that governs the seasons, the tides, and the growth cycles of every living thing. Our biology responds to seasonal change whether we consciously acknowledge it or not. The body's needs shift, its relationship to warmth and cold changes, the kinds of nourishment it most efficiently processes vary across the year. When our eating aligns with those shifts, the body receives what it needs in the form it is most equipped to use. When our eating ignores them entirely, the body adapts, but at a cost. It works harder to process what it receives, and the particular nourishment each season genuinely calls for tends to be absent. Ayurveda describes the seasons in terms of the doshas, the three fundamental biological energies that constitute every person's constitution and that also characterize each season's particular qualities. Without going too deeply into the dosha system here, the practical implication is this. Each season tends to increase certain qualities in the body and environment, and the foods most beneficial during that season are generally those that balance those qualities rather than amplifying them further. Spring arrives with lightness, moisture, and the particular energy of things beginning to move after the stillness of winter. The earth produces exactly what serves this moment: bitter greens, fresh sprouts, light vegetables, foods that support the clearing of what winter's heavier nourishment left behind. There is a reason that the impulse toward lighter eating in spring feels instinctive for so many people. The body is genuinely ready for it, and the natural world is simultaneously offering exactly that. The dandelion greens that push through the soil in early spring, long before they became fashionable as a superfood, were understood in traditional medicine across cultures as precisely what a body emerging from winter most needs. Summer brings heat, intensity, and the outward expansion of energy that characterizes the season. The body, warmer and more active, benefits from foods that cool and hydrate. The high water content of cucumbers, watermelon, berries, and fresh fruits is not coincidental. These foods reach peak ripeness in summer precisely when the body most benefits from what they offer. The Ayurvedic principle here is not that cold foods are always desirable, but that in summer, when the body is running warmer, the cooling and hydrating qualities of fresh seasonal produce genuinely support balance. Eating primarily heavy, warming foods in the height of summer, as the same protocol applied year-round would require, asks the body to work against what the season is doing. Autumn brings a quality of transition, the drying of the air, the cooling of the temperature, the beginning of the inward movement that will culminate in winter. The body begins seeking more grounding and warmth, and the harvest provides it: root vegetables, squash, apples, pears, warming spices. Soups and stews begin to feel genuinely appealing rather than merely comforting, because the body is shifting its digestive capacity toward the heavier, warmer fare that will serve it through the colder months. There is a wisdom in the autumnal impulse toward cooking, toward warm kitchens, toward nourishing meals eaten slowly. It is the body making an intelligent transition that seasonal eating supports and year-round uniform eating tends to complicate. Winter, in the Ayurvedic view, is actually the season of the strongest digestive fire. The body consolidates its energy inward, and the metabolic capacity that results can handle and genuinely benefits from the most nourishing and substantial foods of the year. Slow-cooked stews, warming spices like ginger, cinnamon, and black pepper, healthy fats, root vegetables, legumes, broths. These are not heavy by default. They are appropriately matched to a season in which the body's digestive fire is at its height and its need for sustaining warmth is at its peak. The intuition toward warming, nourishing food in winter is not mere comfort-seeking. It is biology being coherent with its environment. There is a quieter gift in seasonal eating that deserves naming alongside the physiological one: the return of genuine anticipation. When everything is available all the time, nothing quite carries the particular quality of arrival that seasonal food once had. The first strawberry of summer, the first apple of autumn, the first bowl of butternut soup on a genuinely cold evening. These carry something that their out-of-season equivalents simply do not. Seasonality restores a relationship with the passage of time, with the natural cycle of appearance and departure, with the particular pleasure of receiving what is genuinely here right now, rather than what can be manufactured to approximate it at any time of year. As we close today, I want to leave you with the simplest possible invitation. At your next meal, ask one question before you choose what to eat. What does my body genuinely want right now, in this season, in this weather, in the particular state it is in today? Not what is nutritionally optimal in the abstract, not what the diet plan specifies, but what the body, honestly consulted, is actually asking for. That question, asked with genuine curiosity rather than with rules already in place, is the beginning of the relationship with food that Ayurveda has always been pointing toward. Thank you for being here with me today. Until next time, be well.